In a small, serene village nestled along the lush banks of the great river Nam, there lived a humble fisherman named Ade. Every morning, Ade would paddle his weathered wooden canoe into the misty waters, casting his net with hopes of providing for his family. The river was a lifeline for the villagers, a source of food, water, and stories of old. But to Ade, the river was more than just a place of sustenance. He believed it held mysteries too deep to fathom, whispered in the lapping waves and carried by the gentle breeze. One fateful day, as Ade cast his net into the shimmering waters, he noticed something unusual. His net was heavier than ever before, pulling his canoe slightly off balance. With great effort, he hauled it in, expecting a large catch. But instead of fish, Ade found a dazzling necklace made of pearls and gold. The intricate design glimmered in the sunlight, its beauty unlike anything he had ever seen. Confused but captivated, he held it in his calloused hands, feeling an unexplainable pull to the treasure. Little did he know, this was no ordinary necklace, it belonged to Nyala, the mystical river goddess, and it had been lost for centuries. As Ade marveled at the necklace, the river around him began to ripple, though there was no wind. The air grew heavy, and an otherworldly hum filled the atmosphere. Before Ade could react, the water parted before him, revealing a figure unlike any he had ever imagined. Rising gracefully from the depths was Nyala, the river goddess herself. Her skin glowed with the radiance of the moon, her hair cascaded like liquid silver, and her eyes sparkled with the depths of the ocean. She spoke in a voice that was both melodic and commanding, "Mortal, you have found what belongs to me. Return it, and I shall grant you a single wish." Ade's heart pounded as he stared at the goddess, torn between fear and awe. Slowly, he held the necklace up, his voice trembling. "Great goddess, I am but a poor fisherman. I meant no harm in taking this treasure. If returning it pleases you, then here it is." Nyala's gaze softened as she took the necklace from his hands, her touch causing the air to shimmer. "You are honest and humble, fisherman," she said, her melodic voice carrying across the water. "Because of your pure heart, I will grant you not one, but 3 wishes. Choose wisely, for your desires will shape your destiny." Ade was overwhelmed by the goddess's generosity. He lowered his head respectfully, his thoughts racing. Finally, he spoke. "For my first wish, I ask for an endless bounty of fish, so my family and village will never go hungry." Nyala smiled, raising her hand. The river shimmered, and Ade's net, which had been empty moments before, it now overflowed with the largest, freshest fish he had ever seen. "It is done," Nyala said. "What is your second wish?" Ade hesitated, then said, "I wish for a strong and steady home for my family, one that can withstand any storm." Once more, Nyala raised her hand, and a vision of a grand hut with strong wooden beams and a thatched roof appeared in the distance. "Your wish is granted. Now, fisherman, your final wish." For a moment, Ade was silent, grappling with the enormity of the final wish. He thought of his humble life and the struggles he had endured, but as his gaze returned to Nyala, he was struck by her unearthly beauty and kindness. Without realizing it, the words stumbled from his lips. "For my final wish, I ask for you to stay with me, as my wife." A hush fell over the river. Nyala's serene expression wavered, and her luminous eyes filled with both surprise and sorrow. "Mortal, your heart is bold," she said softly. "But to love a goddess comes with a price. Are you certain this is your wish?" Ade nodded, his heart filled with longing. "I am certain, great goddess. I have never seen such beauty and kindness. I will cherish you forever." Nyala gazed at Ade for a long moment, her ethereal glow dimming slightly as she considered his wish. Finally, she spoke, her voice tinged with both warmth and gravity. "Very well, fisherman. I will grant your wish, for your heart is true, and your love sincere. But know this, my essence is tied to the river, and I cannot remain on land forever. If you take me as your wife, you must never betray my trust, for doing so will break the bond between us and bring misfortune upon you." Ade, overcome with joy, promised with all his heart that he would honor her forever. With a gentle smile, Nyala stepped into the canoe, her radiance softening as she took her place by his side. Together, they paddled back to the village, where the people stared in awe at the glowing figure beside their humble fisherman. In the days that followed, Ade and Nyala lived a peaceful life together. The villagers marveled at their union, for they had never seen a couple so devoted to each other. Ade's catch was abundant, and his family thrived in the new, sturdy home Nyala had granted him. Yet, despite the happiness they shared, there was a growing restlessness in Nyala's eyes. Though she had come to love Ade, the river called to her, its depths whispering secrets she could not ignore. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, she turned to Ade with a heavy heart. "My love, the time has come for me to return to the river. My essence is bound to its waters, and I must answer its call. But I will leave you with a gift, an eternal bond that will never break, even when we are apart." With a bittersweet smile, Nyala kissed Ade's forehead, her lips cool as the river breeze. "I will return to you when the river sings your name, my love. But remember, you must never seek to possess me, for love cannot be caged." As she stepped toward the water, the river seemed to embrace her, its waters rising to meet her. Slowly, she sank beneath the surface, leaving only ripples behind. Ade stood frozen, his heart torn between joy and sorrow, knowing that the love they shared could never truly be separated by distance. From that day forward, whenever Ade cast his net into the river, he could feel her presence, guiding him, whispering her love through the gentle current. Years passed, and Ade's life continued in harmony with the river. His family flourished, and the village prospered as the waters of River Nyala remained bountiful. Though Nyala was never seen again in human form, Ade could always feel her presence. Every time he set out to fish, the river would be especially generous, and the waters would shimmer as though a hidden light danced beneath the surface. Ade never remarried, for in his heart, he knew that no love could surpass the bond he shared with the river goddess. And so, his love for Nyala lived on, quiet and endured.